How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is part 1 of a video series talking about phone cases for the iPhone 17 Pro series this year. Now before we dive right in, let me catch you up to speed. In case if you have missed my previous video, I've decided to go with the iPhone 17 Pro Max this year, coming from the iPhone 16 Pro in white titanium. I went with deep blue color for a change, and so the case reviews will be with this deep blue iPhone 17 Pro Max. So the phone case color theme situation will vary, and if you have the silver version, which is probably the most neutral color, that should match well with any case that you throw at it. So this year's iPhone's color choices are pretty shocking. We have deep blue, which is the one in my hand. There is also cosmic orange and silver, but no black variant, and let's not talk about it. So the iPhone 17 Pro series this year introduced very interesting design changes, from a titanium frame body on the 16 Pro to a unibody aluminum chassis with vapor chambers at the back of the phone for a whopping 40% better sustained performance under heat. The back camera design also introduced what Apple now calls a plateau. Essentially, Apple pretty much extended the camera bump from half the size to a full-size camera bump. Well, at least they got rid of the annoying unbalanced phone when placing it flat down on the phone's back. Now, the camera control button on the side remained the same with no improvements from what I gathered. The USB-C port now supports 40 watts charging, capable of reaching up to 50% of battery in just 20 minutes. The telephoto lens is also now 48 megapixels with 8 times optical zoom. We also have dual capture that is exclusive for the 17 series, Apple Lock 2, Open Gate recording, and a bunch more. And so here we have a bunch of phone cases ready to be reviewed throughout the next couple of weeks, but today we'll be taking a look at these OStand Q3 Air cases from Torras for the iPhone 17 Pro Max this year. In this video, we'll talk about everything there is to know about these cases from Torras, talk about the pros and cons, and my overall impression. Now, as always, disclaimers first, this is not a sponsored video. However, Torras did send over these units for a review. They do not get to preview this video before it's published, and everything I say is of my own opinion. With that out of the way, let's dive right in. As for the new cases from Torras this year, they have highlighted some of these features: anti-scratch resistance, shock mat drop protection, that is their Air Max technology, dynamic cushioning structure all around the case for maximum protection up to 12 feet of drop, dotted matrix anti-slip pads on the sides of the phone for a textile grip, a built-in 360-degree proprietary OStand technology that sits flush within the back of the case, making it completely flat, allowing for a horizontal or vertical stance of the phone. It is also lightweight, and the color choices matches perfectly with the release of the brand new cosmic orange color theme, as well as the deep blue on the iPhone 17 Pro series. So Torras has kindly sent over 2 of their brand new OStand Q3 Air phone cases for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and a MagSafe accessory that is pretty cool. The unboxing video has been published prior to this video, so if you would like to enjoy some ASMR, do check out that video, which will be a link in the description box down below. So the OStand Q3 Air phone cases for the iPhone 17 Pro comes in 4 color variants. There is Shadow Black, Glacier Spring, Deep Blue, and Cosmic Orange. What we have just unboxed are the Deep Blue and Cosmic Orange variant. Each of these cases comes included with a different set of colored buttons where you can swap out all of these buttons for a different look if you wanted to. So a quick first look at the OStand Q3 Air case in deep blue. We have a very solid build on the case. Holding it in the hands feels really good as well. The sides are strong and sturdy, and I've just noticed the details on the top side of the case, having a lighter shade than the rest of the body, which is quite interesting. Now, it does seem like there is some level of lip protection above the case, so placing your phone screen down should be well protected. So all around the case are these airbag technology written Air Protect that kind of resembles Nike Air Maxes, where there is actually air inside, which I believe is supposed to absorb any impact if you happen to drop your phone onto the ground. The entire top side is filled with the same airbag technology, while the bottom side is covered from edge to edge like such. The speaker grills have a cutout like such, and I believe this little hole right here is for lanyard attachments. The USB-C opening is actually quite big as well, which is good for any type of USB-C connector of various sizes. Now, taking a look at both sides, we have this dotted matrix anti-slip design. When holding in the hands, the texture and feel is pretty nice, as it offers a solid grip on the case. And as for all of these buttons, the action button, the volume rocker, the on and off button are actually interchangeable with the accessory pack that came included in the box. I've kept the buttons the same for the deep blue, as I find that the orange accented colors right here actually stands out on the side of the case. Now if you don't like, you can actually swap it into a more neutral tone that actually fits well with the deep blue case. Now over on the other side, the camera control button actually houses a capacitive touch material, which basically mimics the same function as the original camera control button. Now there seems to be a little gap between the camera control button, which is pretty nice. Now what matters more is actually the sensitivity on the camera control button, which we'll test out in just a second. Over to the back of the phone, starting off with the camera lip and protection, we have this massive cutout right here that is supposed to be the plateau area. Always a joy seeing a slight lip over the camera modules, which means no problem when placing your phone with the camera side down. We have TORRAS' logo at the top left corner right here, and we have the Air word printed at the bottom right corner. There's also this matrix dotted texture at both sides of the phone to match well with the entire aesthetic of the phone. Now, the back of the case is actually semi-transparent, as you can see, and it is surprisingly very solid. Then we have the MagSafe OStand ring that pops right out of the back of the case, and you can rotate it 360 degrees like such with a rather satisfying click after each 90-degree rotation. The rotating mechanism at the back of the case seems to sit pretty flush into the back of the case, and I'm surprised how seamless it sits right inside the case. Now TORRAS has claimed this to be their patented design of the OStand ring, as it feels really strong and sturdy, as you can place the stand into a horizontal or vertical mode with ease. Now let's do a quick fit test with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And this is how it looks from the front with the iPhone 17 Pro Max D&D Blue. You can see the accented orange color popping out at the sides, and towards the back at the plateau area, it really blends in really nice with the case as well. And same orange accents popping out towards the side of the case. Now it sure looks really clean. Now a quick ASMR on all the buttons. So my first impression holding it in the hands with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the dotted matrix grip at the sides provided a firm grip of the phone, and the overall feel of the phone is quite nice to hold. The back of the case is soft to touch, and overall I'm pretty impressed with the quality of the phone case. Now let's start with the top side of the case. The flex on the top side of the case is pretty minimal. It's pretty snug fit with minimal flex from side to side and the top and bottom. And this right here is the gradient detail that I was talking about. It actually gives the phone a little bit of expression, I would say. The slight gradient at the sides showcases a different tone of the body of the color of the case, which is pretty interesting. Now there is a small lip on the top side of the screen, and it does seem to have a sufficient gap from the screen to the case. So placing your phone screen down should be well covered. Now these are the airbags that are inside the case that is supposed to be protecting the case, and according to TORRAS, these airbags will protect up to 12 feet of drop, and they are placed around the entire case at the top side as well as the bottom section, as you can see right here. Now moving on to the camera control button, it does seem to be responding pretty well. We can adjust it with no problems. The zoom on this thing is pretty nice as well. It does seem to be as good as the original camera control button off the side of the case, which is pretty nice. Now let's take a look at the back. The plateau cutout area matches perfectly with the deep blue color on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The semi-transparent back complements the entire look really well. About the lip protection on the camera control module, it does seem to have quite a gap as well from the lip to the camera module. So again, placing your phone camera down should be no concerns as well. Now the built-in O-ring stand is actually very strong and sturdy. It does not seem to be sagging at any angle for now, I guess. So there is no screw adjustments for any sort of tightening in the future. So only time will tell if this actually lifts up long enough. TORRAS has somehow made it pretty seamless with the phone case, and I'm pretty impressed with it. That's pretty much everything to know about the Q3 Air phone case from TORRAS. Now as for the Cosmic Orange variant, everything discussed earlier is exactly the same apart from the color design changes. Obviously this orange case screams orange all around the case with the same Cosmic Orange shade as well as the buttons being orange as well. The airbag tag around the case, the dotted matrix grip, a white camera control button, and towards the back the lip on top of the camera module is also orange. The dotted matrix along the side of the case is also orange, and the slight transparent back right here. The OStand ring has a bronze or brass look to it. Flip it out and it rotates pretty much the exact same. Now let's do a quick swap with the iPhone 17 Pro Max to get an overall look. So this is how it looks on the iPhone 17 Pro Max Deep Blue in the orange variant Cosmic Orange case. The buttons of course is full orange at both sides, and I think I want to swap out these buttons and show you guys a live demonstration of how to actually remove the buttons. So let's get this on. So the accessory pack came with this. It's actually like a blue complementary color for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This is actually different from the combo that came included for the deep blue. They actually come with a slight orange complementary color for the button. So if you don't like this orange button, you can actually replace it with the slight neuter maroon color type buttons. So let's swap out the buttons for the Cosmic Orange case. We will have to pop out the case at first. So to remove the buttons, you will actually push from the outside. So these are the buttons that I actually removed from the case, and now let's take out the buttons from the accessory pack. Now for the buttons, there's actually two sides. The sides with a flat surface is actually the buttons for the inside, and the part with the smooth surface is actually towards the outer side. Okay, so push it in from the inside. So just like that, you push it all the way in from the sides. You have the volume rocker button. Now the on and off button. And that's pretty much it. This is how it looks with the buttons swapped out. Instead of the orange button, we have a complementary sort of a deep blue buttons at the sides. Now, these buttons actually look really contrasty compared to the blue case with orange buttons. Now we have an orange case with some blue buttons. So now I think this color theme is actually way better. The accented buttons are actually deep blue instead of the regular orange on an orange case. I pretty much like this a little bit more. And that's basically it for the OStand Q3 Air cases for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now let's talk about the final piece of tech from Torras that came out last year. This Minimag power bank that is 5000 milliamps. Now for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, should be able to give a full charge as the battery on the 17 Pro Max should be rated at around 4823 milliamps battery. Now the power bank is ultra thin. Can you look at how extremely thin this is? This is a wireless charging power bank, or you can actually charge it with a USB-C wired cable. The charging outputs are about 0.5 regular wireless charging and about 18 watts output using a wired charger condition. Unfortunately, no Q2 wireless charging on this ultra thin MagSafe wireless charger. Now the battery is actually visible with a click of a button. It is actually indicated by 4 LEDs at the bottom left corner right here. A really small Torras branding right here. So the material all around, it is made from ultra-light aluminum alloy, and it weighs at only 115 grams, and it is only at 7.6 millimeters compared to the iPhone Air that is at 5.6 millimeters, I guess. So in comparison with my 16,000 milliamp power bank right here, the thickness is actually really crazy. Now this will probably fit in my ADC from now on. Placing it on the back of the case, the magnets seem to be really strong. If you are just holding the phone, it actually feels really thin, as you can see. So what do you guys think? Are you team blue or team orange? I think I'm leaning more to team blue because the Cosmic Orange is screaming way too loud for attention in my opinion. Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know your thoughts. That being said, if you are interested in any of the cases like the Q3 Air cases from the brand new iPhone 17 series, they are currently priced at $65 US. They come in two other color variants, the Shadow Black, Glacier Spring. Do check them out on Torras' website. And as for the 5000 milliamp Minimag power bank, that is on sale for $44 US, and there is also a 10,000 milliamp variant that goes for $70 US. Be sure to check out Torras' page for all of the phone cases and accessories included in this video if you are interested. I'll leave a link in the description box down below. And once again, a huge shout out to Torras for sending over these cases for a review. And that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys have found this video insightful. If you have any questions or things that you want me to test out, be sure to leave me comments down below. I'll be sure to get back to you guys as soon as possible. And as always, thank you all so much for tuning in. My name is Ken, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Stay safe, peace out, and bye bye.